What's up, people? This is Reese from C Manga to Review Fairy Tale Chapter 313, The King's Scenario. This chapter was really good, I did enjoy it. It was, yeah, just had a lot. So it starts off basically, future Lucy saying, oh, she came through the Eclipse Gate and then she passes out. So, oh, come on, like, we know this already. We know she's obviously going to have come through the Eclipse Gate. How else is she going to have gone back through time? They were thinking, oh no, it's probably the Endless Lucy. Why would it be the Endless Lucy? Seriously. It's so obvious that it's an Eclipse Gate Lucy. Come on, they've been talking about all this time travel for all this time, yeah, and you're telling me they couldn't figure out, like, oh yeah, this Lucy is probably one from the future. Ah. But anyway, find out that basically the princess has unlocked the gate using all 12 of the keys. That's why she's kind of not really too bothered about the fact that Lucy and, I forget her name, but the other summoner chick, they've both disappeared. They've both basically gotten out. How she's going to use the Eclipse Gate though, I don't know, because if future Lucy's come back through time, does that mean that basically the princess gets killed, then she passes it on to Lucy to try and say, oh yeah, go back in time and warn everyone so this doesn't happen, make sure it doesn't happen? I don't know. But anyway, now we get to the meat of this chapter, which was awesome, which is going back to the magic games. And you know what, I'm going to admit it, okay, I was wrong. Last week I kind of predicted that it might be a 2-on-1, Erza and Kagura versus Minerva, but hell, this week it turns out that, well, Minerva has decided to piss them both off, to piss off Kagura basically, just so she can fight Erza and then they can take each other out and she'll fight the winner. But flipping out, this fight, I don't know how long it's going to go for Erza versus Kagura, because, Kagura, she got pissed and tried to slash at Minerva and then she switched herself with Erza, and Erza was able to block that within a quarter of a millisecond after she was like, what the hell, I've been switched. So, if she can block that strike that quickly, and Kagura is, super pissed, so she's in a I will kill you mood, I don't know what's going to be happening there. But hell, we also get some more new cool matchups. So finally it's going to be Gajeel versus Rogue, and I have waited for this fight for so long. I mean, come on, like, after you see Natsu take on both Sting and Rogue and take them both out when they're like at full max power, I want to see what Gajeel can do now. Because, like, Gajeel and Natsu, them two have been kind of like a bit, leapfrogging with who's stronger, It's like, but I'm kind of thinking they're quite evenly matched. Especially, I want to now see what the hell Gajeel's done in the 3 months worth of training. Whether or not he actually did more than Natsu, who was using his second origin drive. But hell, that is going to be a cool fight. And the final fight which got announced is basically Luxus versus the Black Lightning guy from Sabretooth. I really cannot remember this guy's name, and I probably got it wrong. He might not even be from Sabretooth, but either way, this guy, he's basically a god. He's got God Slayer magic, but it's Luxus. This guy is just too much. He's a guy who took on all of Raventail, took them all out single-handedly, and this guy's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be much stronger than you. It's like, hell no, you are going to get beat down. If Luxus beats him down in seconds, I will be laughing my head off, because I just love it when you see a character like super overhyped and they basically just get the crap beaten out of him, and it's like, oh no, I've lost. It's like, how could you? It's funny. So yeah, from all that, this week I am giving Fairy Tail an 8 out of 10. Why? Well, it just had so many cool moments, all the cool scenes, good build up. And next week it has a really good outlook as well, title chapter's going to be called Erza versus Kagura, so hell, hopefully it sticks with a bit of hype, big fight. And hopefully they just don't pad it out with like a lot of scenes of, say, like the princess looking sad, Luke, trying to find out about future Lucy, but she's passed out, like, oh, but why is she here? What does she want? Who gives a crap? You can go on to that BS like after the fights, stick with fights, keep me hyped. So yeah, guys, there you have it. There's like, my little opinions and commentary on this chapter, this week's Fairy Tail. I'm kind of hyped for next week, but hell, are you hyped? Did you enjoy this chapter? Let me know in the comments below, and rate and subscribe, and I will catch you next week.